Hey guys, this is Nate doing another mountain in New Mexico. This time I'm doing not a 2,000 prominence peak, but a 1,000 prominence peak. We're doing Thompson Peak and Glorieta Baldy. I'm here with my friend Will. And we were super lucky despite the terrible wind. We didn't hit a down tree until we were like maybe a tenth of a mile from the summit. So we've actually driven pretty much all the way up to Glorieta Baldy. Now, as you can probably hear, the wind is terrible. And unfortunately, the entire state of New Mexico is on fire right now. So the wind sort of kills that. But we're gonna go up to the top of Glorieta Baldy, which won't be very exciting because it's like a 200-foot hike. So already we're basically on Glorieta Baldy, and we've got a pretty sweet view looking into Glorieta Pass. So we're looking to the southeast right now, and unfortunately that nice haze effect is caused by all the fires. I wouldn't be surprised if we could get a decent view of the Hermit's Peak fire, which is around this way. It was making a pretty gnarly plume of smoke yesterday. A short stay at Glorieta, we're headed to Thompson. Blowing winds, you see the mountains close to Santa Fe right there, Atalaya, Picacho, and this is all smoke right here, and the Jemez are, you can see Redondo Peak sticking up right there in the back. It's pretty brutal wind-wise for sure. So we're on the ridge just south of Thompson Peak, and there's a decent amount of deadfall here. I think we're about at 10,200 feet or so, but it's really been actually a really nice trail. Haven't encountered really any snow except for a patch here and there. The deadfall is really not that bad. Not as bad as Escudilla that I did a couple weeks ago. That was miserable. This is a cakewalk compared to that. So doing the final push up to the summit of Thompson. We kind of leveled out on this ridge, and I think we're gonna hit it in a quarter mile or so. I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video that the road to get up here is pretty rough. I wouldn't do it for sure without high clearance and four-wheel drive. But if you don't have that, I still think you probably need at least high clearance and four-wheel drive, a possibility in bad weather. But you'll see some trip reports online where you can make it to within a couple miles of Glorieta Baldy, giving you a total hike of about 8-9 miles. But I think this is it up here. And here we are. Final push to the peak. It's surprisingly barren. Views still might be obscured by surrounding trees, but you should get a decent view nonetheless. It looks like the true summit is up there a ways. Looking out this way, everything's pretty hazy. You get a good view of the southern foothills of the Sangres. You got Shaggy Peak right there, which made it into a beer review, but that was before I was doing these day hike videos. See the Sandias out there, scooting across to the Manzanos. Looks like Placer Mountain right here. So still a pretty cool view. I think even Gallinas is sticking out right over here. So a neat view from a P1K. So unfortunately, the view that would have been really special to the north and northeast is sort of obscured by trees, but you can kind of see the ridge leading up to lake there. And I think if you peek out this way, there's Penitentiary there. You can kind of make out Aspen Peak to the left. See how serious the wind is, how fast the clouds are moving. Well, I think we're gonna start heading back pretty soon. It's a cool mountain, but it's really windy. I think it's surprisingly chilly actually now that we're not moving. And unfortunately, it's only about maybe like 90, 100 and so degrees of visibility with the tree coverage. You can see it's pretty well blocked off here. But you know, if you can make the drive, it's an easy hike, a cool hike to do in these shoulder seasons when there's not really much snow. So there's Glorieta Baldy, and maybe you can make out the fire tower over there. So we're back at the Glorieta Baldy. And so it's cleared up a little bit. You can actually see the Truges group up here to the north, the Santa Barbara Divide. Will is up there. I don't know, I had to flex my feet pretty hard to get on these railings, so I decided not to go, but it seems sturdy enough. That's not a legal endorsement. Okay, so we're hiking out. We're done with Glorieta Baldy. We've had our fill. See, it is actually a pretty nice view from Glorieta Baldy. I'll say the entire experience of the hike, I think, is definitely worth it if you include the drive up to Glorieta Baldy. If you're doing some of the other brutal options that are out there that involve hiking over 10 miles, I can't say that I would recommend that. This is definitely worthwhile if you can drive up. As you can see, we weren't able to make it all the way up to the parking area because this tree fell. It actually doesn't look recent, despite the fact that we had really high winds yesterday. It actually looks sort of old. But you can kind of see my car coming into view back there. So this is where I'm gonna leave you. It's a fun drive back. I can't remember how much I mentioned about that, but definitely high clearance four-wheel drive. And even then we still had to kind of dodge some down trees and whatnot. So, but anyway, thanks for joining me. See you next time.